Alright, cool. So, quarterfinals. Spawning here at the bottom left as the green orc player is Revenant. Oh, you can slow pan there. Okay, cool. Revenant bottom left, and top right is Ceron as the yellow Nelf player. So Northern Isles, we've actually got the Tusker ancient creep camp for Ceron instead of the one where you build the ancient there and you go for this green followed by this yellow. Got the burrow and the barracks from Revenant. Doesn't look like he's going to go for that greedy one burrow attack play while skipping the barracks. If you watch the ANZ champs that I casted on Thursday, both Trixie and what's his name? Sweet. Sorry, no, yeah, Trixie and Sweet, they went for that one burrow tech play that Lynn's popularized so much over the past few months against their respective opponents in that group. Going for the Blade Master, no surprises there. TH here as well from Ceron. Let's see if he's going to go for that meta build that we've been seeing a lot from the likes of the Moon, Foggy, etc., where you get the tier 2 while pushing the expansion behind it with the mass archers and huntresses. Looks like with the early barracks you go for the quick grunt, and there's the Voodoo Lounge. We'll probably be seeing the tier 2 tech come for Revenant. And we got the creep in, Circle of Nobility, nice item. It's probably going to zoom around, sell the TP, get some sales. All standard. Oh, it looks like the one mana stealing, the worst item he could have gotten from that particular camp. What it means is the tier 2, oh sorry, level 2 will be quick there for him.
A player's forces are under attack.
It looks like Revenant, he picks up the salves, but he's not going to go for the early shop to get the second circlet. Okay, looks like he's just going to windwalk his way to buy that circlet. Gets the dust as well, and here comes the harassment. Looks like the boots dropped from that particular base, particular camp down there. It's going to be nice for the Demon Hunter. Tier 2 starting up, along with the Hunter's Hall for the Huntresses and upgrades. And also tier 2 here from Revenant. He's also adding a third burrow to accompany his second burrow. And looks like he popped the... oh no, he took the item away from Ceron. Pops the scroll as well. Heals up the archer, but taking these circlets away from Ceron, it's not a good look for him. Not sure why my music's not working. Okay, it's just really quiet track. Should turn on ambient noises as well. Oh, they are on. Alright, so first Huntress is out for Ceron. Second Huntress on the way to add to his Demon Hunter. Ultra Vision, nearly done. It's going to add a addition of vision for Ceron during the nighttime. Meanwhile, Ceron looks like he's just going to sell that one of mana stealing, pick up a dust, and allow Revenant actually to creep out this base. Picks up Talisman Evasion. Oh my god. This BM is going to be so hard to take down. The 50% mischance on attacks. And with the boots as well for the DH, we'll be able to speed around a bit quicker. But a lot of good items here for Revenant. Everything's going well for this stage of the game for him, as he is adding the Bestiary, adding the Shadow Hunter to his army. Probably most likely will want to solo creep with that Shadow Hunter. Got some harassment here from the Blade Master of Ceron, trying to take down this Grunt using a Huntress to help block, but here comes the Blade Master. Will the Grunt go down? Yes, it does. And, yeah, what was I talking about earlier on? We saw Keeper openings yesterday. Jeez, not Demon Hunter openings. That's what happens when you wake up early for the Cup cast. Completely forget what the meta is. Oh, Torrent Totem for Spirit Walkers and Torrents later on. We get to tier 3. Got the Naga actually from Ceron. And he's adding the laws as well, so we're probably gonna be seeing Dryads and Bears against the Orc army, which is quite interesting.
The town is under siege.
Going a bit away from the meta that we've been seeing so far. There we've got the Raiders for the Instans and Shadow Walkers. So it looks like we're gonna be seeing Grunt Shadow Walker from Rev. Meanwhile, we got the Blade Master doing a Windwalk. There's an early Hex onto the Shadow Hunter as opposed to the Healing Wave. And with that Scroll of Speed, looks like he wants to try and block the Naga, and indeed he does with the Shadow Hunter. This Naga getting very low, 80 HP. Not enough mana for a Windwalk, but should be able to zip through. One more auto attack should be able to kill the Naga. Use this Peon, the Peon. He's not blocking with the Peon. If he blocks with the Peon... Oh no, yeah, okay, it was just there in time. Gets the block with the Peon, kills the Naga. Ceron. Oh, this Shadow Hunter's getting very low as well. Dies from the mana burn. Level 3. Level 3 on both heroes, actually. Such a scrappy fight that's happening in the moment as this Raider is very low on HP. Comes the first Shadow Walker. Mana burn onto it. Does quite a bit of damage. It's got the Mantle as well. Rebuilding that Naga immediately, while Revenant also rebuilding his Shadow Hunter from their respective altars. Looks like he's just picking up a couple more salves. Bit of a mana burn to sap away onto the mana and HP. As the Adept training for the Walkers, as well as another Raider, is being produced by Revenant. We see the 2 laws actually finally finishing for Ceron. Gets the Abolish Magic for the D-spells, or dispels. And looks like Ceron's gonna clear up this particular camp. Looks like a ring of regen dropped from that Ogre Magi. But it looks like with the Shadow Hunter out, Ceron wants to see if he can take this fight against Revenant. Looks like one Raider will go down. Hunter's doing a good job of helping kill it off. Demon Hunter trying to get into the fight. This Naga though, one Dryad goes down. Blade Master trying to do some work here, and there's a scroll popped from Revenant. But looks like this Raider will barely make it out. Oh, the Penguin nearly got in the way, but looks like the Raider will make it out. This Naga getting very low as well. Might actually go down. There's one more auto attack, another auto attack. Let's see if he'll try and save it with the Staff of Preservation. Looks like he's going to use the Dryad to help block. There's the poison. Dryad blocks long enough for the Naga to get out, as Ceron trying to chase this Raider away. This Naga getting so low.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got 2 staffs here from Ceron. Oh, sorry, the 1 staff on that Naga. There's the expansion, the tier 2 expansion from Ceron. It's nearly done, but the Peon does scout it out. Let's see how Revenant will react to this. Oh, got a Huntress here actually doing a bit of harassment. Takes maybe 1 or 2 Peons before the Burrows with the Peons in it. Takes it down. And with Revenant seeing this expansion from the Night Elf player, Ceron, we'll see if he will go for his own, or maybe he'll just keep pumping units out of this tier 2, get to tier 3, and just grab a tiny Great Hall. Tree of Ages being transformed into the Tree of Eternity, which means tier 3 for Ceron. Looks like he's going for Dryad still. He needs to just add a bit of piercing damage to his army composition. And he'll probably transition to Bears and Mountain Giants once he hits tier 3 and gets this expansion up. Looks like this Blade Master trying to come back in, swing around, get some intelligence gathered, some scouting done. But it looks like one of those Dryad arrows will slow it down. Here comes the Windwalk, but there's a Dusted Appearance casted onto the Blade Master. Frost arrows being put onto the Blade Master, but it looks like it's not going to be enough to slow it down, and it will come up to try and deny this expansion as much as possible, as Ceron will eventually creep out this Goblin Merchant camp. Looks like while he is using that Blade Master to do some harassment and scouting, he will be able to get some levels onto this Shadow Hunter, clears out this particular Crypt camp. There's the level 4 onto the DH, which means level 2 Mana Burn and level 2 Evasion. And the Shadow Hunter, halfway till level 3, decides to go for the Healing Wave second instead of the Serpent Wards. And tier 3 hasn't started yet from Revenant. Looks like he's going to go for the expansion of his own, trying to catch up to Ceron in terms of economy. But Ceron is nearly there at the tier 3, so once that tier 3 hits, we're going to be seeing a lot of Bears, Mountain Giants, and this Naga with the Demon Hunter will be able to be taking out this Voodoo Lounge. Not too sure. Peons are coming in to repair it, but the Peons will be going down. Ceron with the Demon Hunter, the Dryads with their poison arrows. But there's no tier 3 just yet from Revenant, so if he loses that, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Here comes the Scroll of Speed, Healing Wave onto the Blade Master. Looks like he wants to take a fight here, and Ceron wisely will TP out. Oh no, is he trapped? Oh no, he traps himself. So it looks like he will have to kill this altar. And, okay, so we really got really quick Mountain Giants here from Ceron. Yeah, I'm not sure whether he should just eat his way out with the trees, but I guess not. Alright, so expansion is up and running here from Ceron. Great Hall, 2/3 of the way done for Revenant, but he hasn't started his tier 3 just yet. Looks like he's just happy chilling with the no upkeep cap. But once these Mountain Giants, they get the hardened skin, a resistant skin rather, also get the armor upgrades onto those units. They're going to be very hard to take down. He'll be, Revenant will need to be adding a lot more grunts to his army composition rather, to be able to take those Mountain Giants down, and that along with Bloodlust will be really nice to have. But there's no tier 3 just yet from Revenant. Looks like he might want to creep out this red camp, drags it out. Ceron positioning though to maybe do a creep jack. No, it looks like he's going to go for a counter attack. He wants to take this expansion out while Revenant is creeping this particular base. And the item that drops from it is the Cloak of Flames, which is going to be nice onto that BM. He decides to drop that Circle of Nobility to get that Cloak of Flames, but this Great Hall is getting so low, it's actually around 200 HP, yet it will actually go down. And once that goes down, there will be the TP. So really nice move there from Ceron. Loses one Dryad, but that's about it. Should really pick up the Circlet onto that Shadow Hunter, but maybe he will just leave it for his TC whenever that comes out. So looking very good here for Ceron, taking out that expansion of Revenant before it could even go down, before it can even start running rather. But we got the Kodo Beast out, we got the War Drums. Let's see if he can take this expansion out of Ceron. But his army is, Ceron's army rather, is nicely positioned. Got a few Mountain Giants here. Got the Dryads. moving out. Good taunts there from the Mountain Giants, just adding so much bulk to the front line of Revenant. Revenant not doing a good job getting that Blade Master in, not utilizing that Cloak of Flames efficiently, as the Dryads just sitting there throwing those spears. But it looks like he's able to loop up around a hole where the Mountain Giants weren't. Looks like this Dryad will go down on low HP. There's a Shadow Hunter as well, just looping towards the right side of the base. Here comes the Demon Hunter with the auto attacks onto the Shadow Hunter. This Cloak of Flames, though, doing a lot of damage to these Dryads. But these Mounted Giants doing so much work. There's level 2 onto the Blade Master. We'll see if that changes the tide of this battle. He does have an Invul Potion as well. Will he need to pop it? There's the forward Voodoo Lounge as well, as looks like there was a healing wave and a potion. Sorry. Burping. Potion casted. DH goes down as it is ensnared. Naga very low on HP. Few Dryads left here for Ceron. But there is one that Mountain Giant though to help tank this fight. The Cloak of Flames doing so much work here for the Blade Master. It's nearly at level 5 as well, as another Dryad goes down. Shadow Hunter is at very low HP, but it can just heal itself with the healing wave. It's also got some salves to work with as well. There's a Mountain Giant here, and looks like he's going to buy back the Demon Hunter. He knows that he cannot lose this expansion. Voodoo Lounge, nearly done here for Revenant. He'll be able to replenish his army with potions, with scrolls. And it will be done right now. Looks like he's trying to chase this Naga though. Forces the TP of Naga. Trying to resort his army at the moment. This Tree of Life is going to go down. So it looks like we're going to be going to a 1 base versus 1 base. No tier 3 yet for Revenant. It looks like he's just going to continuously pump his army. Pump his gold rather onto his army. A 44 supply to 65 of Ceron though, but the Tree of Life does go down, as Revenant will retreat, doing the damage that he needed. Let's see if Ceron will decide to rebuild that base at the expansion. He does have the gold for it if he wants to do so. He is also supply capped as well, so it seems like it's going to be the only thing he'll be able to do, and indeed he will. Got another fight here in the middle of the map. Level 5 onto the Demon Hunter. Has popped the Potion of Vulnerability, however. There's an Invul Potion onto the BM. Will it have to pop it? It looks like it will have to. Cloak of Flames not doing enough damage to damage the Demon Hunter enough. And looks like the tide of the battle has turned. Oh, there's the taunt from the Mountain Giant. Manages to get back, and the Mana Burn. BM dies, and GG. Oh, the taunt was so clutch there from Ceron. And that is the first game to Ceron in this round of 8. Really nice. That if it wasn't for that taunt, he would have been able to get back to that Voodoo Lounge. And when he got back, okay, so basically, yeah, if that Blade Master got back to the Voodoo Lounge, he would have been able to buy a pot and then heal back and stay alive slightly longer, but because of that taunt, it managed to drag away, give enough time for Ceron to provide damage onto the army of, Ceron provide enough DPS onto that Blade Master to kill it in time. English is a hard language. So, looks like we're going to go into game 2. So we'll see what map will be game 2. That was a really close game. I thought Rev might have had it in the mid game, but Ceron was able to keep his expansion up. And once he took out that expansion of Rev without that doing too much while he was creeping that red camp on the bottom right, I think it was game over. But he did, Revenant did a really good job with the expansion killing of Ceron, but it just wasn't enough. Excuse me. Alright. So, just gonna wait for this game to start. And once Revenant is in, we'll start the cast. Oh, sorry about that. Had to fix the overlay. Alright, so top left with the 1 game lead over Revenant, spawning as the yellow Night Elf player is Ceron. Ceron. I don't know what you want to call him. GKL from him. And at the top right as the green Orc player, down 1 game, is Revenant. Very close game, that last match on Northern Isles. Swung back and forth, but looks like the game swung into Ceron's favour when he was able to kill the expansion of Revenant at his second base while he was trying to creep the red camp on the bottom right. Looks like we've got the quick Merc camp creep from Ceron. And I wonder if he'll be playing Demon Hunter first, or if he'll switch it up, go Keeper. And looks like he's just going to be the Demon Hunter first from Ceron. Suppose with the small distances between the 2 bases, you'd want to get the Demon Hunter out to harass with the Mana Burn. Stop it from doing any sort of shenanigans with Windwalk. Also curious to see whether Ceron will go for the quick Shadow Priest, just to help with the army composition in the early game with its healing. As both players scout each other, Ceron confirming what is happening with his own Wisp, and Revenant himself checking out what's happening with this Peon, although would have been cool if you sent out the Peon earlier. Maybe we do some harassment, but alas, we don't see that. Alright, looks like this Blade Master is going straight for this Bazaar. Actually, no, never mind. It's not night time just yet. No items there. It's actually going straight for this camp. Ooh, getting a lot of damage done onto this archer. Not really the best start for Ceron. Wanted to get that ancient, tanking all those hits ASAP, and looks like, yep, looks like Revenant rather is going to take advantage of this. We'll take out the first archer, Blade Master, being mana burn by the Demon Hunter of Ceron, and we'll see who can get this last creep. Grunt joining into the fight as well. And we'll get some additional damage done onto this DH. Yep, tries to go for the heal. As he did pick up that Crypt of Vitality from that camp. And this BM actually getting very low. Oh, we've got some peons coming in here. We're probably going to be seeing a tower rush. There's the Orc Burrow. Just, oh, I did not see that built. So that was happening with that initial peon that was scouting, while all that action was happening at that 9 o'clock camp. So unfortunately for Ceron, he will have to move his wisps away, moves them to here. But this gives Revenant an opportunity to maybe get some damage done. We'll do some harassment onto this Moonwell. Meanwhile, looks like Ceron is gonna grab the Berserker from that camp. He needs as many units as possible to try and take out this burrow. Got the tier 2 halfway done here from Revenant. He's also just pumping out those grunts. Let's see what he will get for the second hero, whether he'll just go for the Shadow Hunter or maybe he'll be a bit more aggressive, knowing that he has this burrow just doing damage onto the base of Ceron. Maybe he wants to push on that advantage and get something a bit more cute, like a Tinker or a Fire Lord. But it looks like it's going to give this up. And looks like the Moonwell will survive, as these peons will go out. There's a level 2 onto the Demon Hunter. This priest getting so low. Oh my god. These peons trying to chase after this priest, and the priest, will it go down? Yes, it will. There's a TP from the BM. BM survives. Everything goes out. Except for the peons. The peons are stuck here. Peons will have to run away. Yep, there's the salves onto the units. Yeah, he's like, what? Why did my peons not go? Oh, that's unfortunate, losing those peons. And he has to use that scroll to get the peons out of the base. Alright, tier 2 is done for both players. The Stronghold is done for a while, so the Shadow Hunter will be coming out slightly faster than whatever tier 2 hero that Ceron decided to get. Got the cute creep here from Ceron, just going straight for this Ogre Magi. And looks like the Potion of Greater Healing will pop, drop from it. Doesn't decide to get a Claws +9 from that Bazaar Marketplace. And the Ring of Protection, for that BM. Level 3 onto the DH, which means mana burn level 2. And that Berserker doing a lot of work. And okay, he'll just take the claws away from the Night Elf player. And it looks like we've got the improved bows. Got a Ancient of Wind actually from Ceron, so we're going to be seeing Talons. Looks like we haven't seen a second hero come up yet for Ceron though. There should have been a Wisp around here, but I guess he wasn't able to have the chance to send the Wisp over to build the second hero, purchase the second hero rather, and looks like he will do that now, and that will be the Naga. As looks like he's going to be able to see. There's the Hex onto the Shadow Hunter. Oh, Shadow Hunter. Demon Hunter. Trying to get some work done. But looks like the BM will be able to windwalk his way out. Scroll of the Beast. Or the Speed Scroll, rather. Oh, it gets the Naga, actually, with the crit. And it will be able to get away, so... Bit of extra XP there for the BM and the Shadow Hunter, but nothing too game-changing. Good use of the grunts to block this Shadow Hunter. Why am I saying Shadow Hunter? Demon Hunter. And, oh, what the? Where'd these wisps come from? Looks like this grunt will go down, however. As both players just trying to reposition themselves. Shadow Hunter getting quite low. The first raider does come out.
Players' forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter doing a lot of work here. It's going to take out this grunt. Focusing on the raider at the moment. Naga does come back. 2 life. And there's the first Talon with the Adept training. Coming out here from Ceron. Another archer does go down as there aren't any more juices at this Moonwell. But there's the Moonwell just right next to the Ancients of Wind. First Talon is out, but without that talent count, it will be vulnerable. And we've got an Ogre Mauler, so it looks like he's just going to work off getting mercs at this camp while he gets to that tier 3 master training and massing those talents. Got another Hex here on the Archer. And looks like the auto attack of the Shadow Hunter will be able to take it out. Got the first Fairy Fire onto the Grunt, but it looks like a speed scroll has been popped from Revenant to get that army away. Let's see how much Ceron can do now that he has the Ogre Mauler as part of his army composition. Looks like we've still got the tier 2 from Revenant. Tier 2 still from Ceron as well. As he's continually trying to pump archers out. He also got the Mud Golem, actually.
A player's forces are under attack.
With that Mud Golem, he'll be able to add another slow to his Naga, which has the Frost Arrows. And it'll clear out this particular camp. There comes the speed scroll. We'll see how much damage Rev can do with the Archer just freshly coming out. There's onto the Naga, but it's just taking so much damage. But there's so much damage being done onto this BM. BM actually goes down. No, I think it's going to be worth it to trade for the Naga. Let's see what the Shadow Hunter's going to do. It does have the healing wave, however. Lots of raiders here just tearing apart these Talons. There's the net onto the DH. Auto attack from the Talon should take out the Grunt though. It looks like Revenant here trying to repair this burrow. Load it up. No, it goes down. Another Talon will go down for Revenant as he is just trying to bide as much time as possible for his Blade Master to come out. Oh, uses the form to get his Talons out of there. Really nice play there from Ceron. Kodo Beast is out. Oh, devours the Ogre Mauler as well. So that will pretty much take that Brawler out of the fight. He can probably buy another one in 90 seconds or so if he decides to do so. No tier 3 just yet from Ceron. Naga finally back out here. Revenant on the ropes as Ceron applying as much pressure as possible. He really wants to get that Ogre Mauler back, if possible. But, oh, is it going to intercept this Naga? Okay, Demon Hunter. Saving the day. There's the net onto the DH. Doesn't really see that much of an army from Revenant at the moment. He's just trying his best to get some units out. Alright, now he's targeting the Kodo Beast. But this also means that the army is deep into the main base of Revenant. But it looks like this Kodo Beast will go down, which means that he will get his Mauler back. Okay, we've got the net onto the Naga. The Mauler Beast is back. Mauler beast. The Ogre Mauler is back for Ceron. Doesn't saves it in time with the TP back into the main base, and we do see the tier 3 coming up, nearly halfway done, and now he's starting to add these talents to his army composition. And looks like got mass raiders here for Revenant. No tier 3 just yet.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like he's probably going to try and creep out his expansion, while Ceron also has the same idea, going to creep out that expansion of his own as well. Just give me 1 second, I've just got to deal with something real quickly. Alright. Sorry about that. So, both players will clear out their respective expansions. And, oh, okay, he built a tree of life here. I didn't actually realize that was happening. So that's going to be an expansion for Ceron. But it looks like this BM will scout it out. And I think once he scouts it out, he will be trying to get his expansion up ASAP. Looks like he's going to go for this camp. One of Illusion and a Tome. Let's see how much, or how long rather, it will take for Revenant to try and deny this expansion. If we look at the unit count at the moment, Revenant slightly ahead in terms of his army, 35-2 to 32. He's also got the Kodo Walker back into the fray. And with the siege damage of these raiders as well, should be able to take this out. Looks like he's just going to give it up. And Ceron will go back to the 1 base, allowing Revenant to take his own expansion. Alright, so, Illusion here. Trying to tank the damage, but it looks like the real one will be taken down. Fork Lightning, a lot of damage done. Here comes the BM, trying to take out this Demon Hunter. There's the Invul Potion onto the BM. Demon Hunter with no health at all whatsoever, no pots as well. Demon Hunter actually gets to the Moonwells and stays alive for just a bit longer. There's the Naga trying to get some work done, but the Shadow Hunter doing the healing waves. The Blade Master, one of the talents goes down as the Scroll of Speed is casted. There's a Cyclone onto the BM from the talent as the level 2 Master training is done with that Tree of Eternity finishing off. And he's also got that Orb of Venom to work with as well. Kodo with the Ogre Mauler in its belly, trying to get out. Another Cyclone as well, which means his Grunt will most likely have to die. Looks like talents starting to add up right now for Ceron as the Keeper. Okay, so it's going to be a Keeper third. Alright, let's see what Rev can do at the moment. 46 supply for Ceron, as opposed to 39 of Rev. This Great Hall will be nearly done. Let's see if he decides to creep out a bit more while Ceron is trying to gather his army up.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, looks like he's just going to take out the Merc camp over here. Should be the level 4 onto the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter. And it looks like Ceron will be darting his army towards the expansion of Revenant. Got the Keeper come out for Ceron as well, but it looks like it's just going to go to the main base and get some harassment done. As Rev, his Pendant of Energy drops from his camp. He'll chuck that onto the Shadow Hunter. And we'll see what Ceron will get from this merchant. Looks like it's just going to be a few scrolls. Try to take that away from Revenant himself. So, no tier 3 just yet from Rev. It's just been occupied trying to get this expansion up. Speaking of expansion, looks like Ceron is now aware of it fully. will get some damage done onto the peons. The poison along with the frost arrows means that 2 will go down. Will we see a 3rd go down? Yes, we will. And looks like we've got a base trade here, as Revenant will just give it up. We've got a lot of raiders coming in here. Let's see how much damage they can do.
A player's forces are under attack.
As there's the ancients. Thought that was a second tree of life, but I guess not. Alright, so that's 1 moon well down. With the pillage as well, he's going to be earning a lot of money from attacking these buildings. So the loss of this expansion isn't going to be that big of a deal for Revenant, as pillage doing a really good job giving extra money to the raiders. And yep, taking out a few buildings, and there's a TP out from Rev. Actually, I don't know if he had pillage researched or not. Okay, so he's doing just it's nearly done. So it kind of sucks for Rev that he did that while he didn't have pillage, but whatever, he'll have it now. Looks like we've got the army of Ceron just swinging back from the middle side of the map. Tree of Life, yeah. Tree of Life being built, as Revenant will scout it out.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like Ceron will get the entangle onto that Kodo beast. And looks like we've got round 2 of... Nope, looks like Revenant's just going to go back and try and defend from this. Looks like Ceron wants to chase this army. Got the Blade Master. Double invul potions on it actually, so he wants to palm that one of them off to the Shadow Hunter. Alright, and let's see how much damage we can do. Raiders being speed scrolled by Revenant himself, as Revenant trying to get into the backline, taking out these Talons. Demon Hunter doing work onto these Raiders. That's 1 Raider that goes down. 2 Raiders being cycloned from the Druids of the Talons. Shadow Hunter trying to do some work here onto the main army, but she's not providing any damage at all, as a majority of the units of Revenant being cycloned at the moment, disabling him from the fight. A lot of low HP units here. 1 Raider will go down. 2 of these Druid of the Talons, very low on HP. There's a level 3 onto the Naga. Looks like he will skill probably Forked Lightning level 2, but we haven't seen it just yet. The Invul Potion didn't get passed off to the Shadow Hunter. The Shadow Hunter will have to go out to the fight, as this Cyclone disables the Blade Master once again. Will he go for the Naga? Yes, he will. Will he pass off the Invul Potion into the Shadow Hunter, allowing it back into the fight? Probably not, because it is low on HP, and Revenant looks like he will have to fall back. A lot of these Druid of the Talons, though, however, very low on HP. That's going to be 1 killed, 2 killed. Let's see if the 3rd is killed for him. No, it is not. Druid of the Talon does stay alive, however, as the Invul Potion is popped. He's still got the Scroll of Healing as well to work with if he decides to do so. There's the Healing Wave. Enough mana onto that Shadow Hunter. Regen. There's the Keeper of the Grove going down. And the army count of Ceron is dwindling further and further. This Tree of Life did get cancelled early on, so he does have to rebuild that. Oh, another Talon goes down as well. Looks like this DH is chasing this Raider. But Revenant trying to push forward with whatever he has at the moment. He's got level 4 onto the Blade Master, level 4 on the Shadow Hunter, but a couple more unit kills should be able to secure them to level 5. Ancient of Winds just being rebuilt at the moment. Remember, earlier on in the game, he did take out those production buildings with that short run by, with those Raiders, with the Grunts, and the heroes that he has. And looks like Revenant's just going in here to try and get the cancel onto the Tree of Life. Demon Hunter trying to come back here, swing around. But these Raiders just do so much damage to the buildings. Once again, another ensnare onto the Demon Hunter. Looks like he's going to stuff something back. I didn't really get to see what exactly it was that he stuffed back into the main base. Okay, there's the ensnare onto the Troll Berserker. Let's see if he can get the kill onto it. Yes, he does. And we got one druid just in air form at the moment. Doesn't want those to be damaged. But he's got to be careful about the ensnares. Got the wild grunt just being MIA, but it's enough time for this Tree of Life to go down. Don't think he cancelled that as well. Still tier 2 here from Revenant. Looks like he just wants to work off what he has at the moment. Doesn't look like he wants to take a base once again, as he knows that Ceron is in a very difficult spot at the moment. As the gold mine for Ceron is expired. Looks like the gold mine has collapsed at the main base of Revenant. We're going to have a very low economy game happening right now. You also have to consider with the level 5, it's going to be the level 3 crit. So that's very nice for Revenant. Revenant also going to get level 5 onto the Shadow Hunter. I don't know why he doesn't pass off one of these invul pots onto the Shadow Hunter. But looks like Ceron just going to move this Tree of Eternity down to this expansion. And Revenant knows that he needs to kill off the Tree of Eternity at least, and possibly the rest of the army. He's got a sizable amount in terms of lead for his units. He's got 37 army supplies compared to 27 of Ceron, but he cannot let Ceron mine again. Should bring these peons over, because they're pretty much useless, just mining lumber.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, there's the Tree of Eternity. The Entangled Gold Mine is going down. Let's see how Revenant's going to approach this, as he is very low on gold at the moment. Sees the Ancient of Wonders just coming down here. And looks like he might just go for the wraparound and take out the production buildings of Ceron. He does have to pillage, so he will be able to get some extra gold from attacking these buildings and taking them out. And Ceron should know this, so he looks like he's going to jockey his army back to his main base, knowing that his Entangled Gold Mine will be safe for now. As one Ancient of Wind does go down, a second will go down. No, it looks like he wants to go for the fight. Here he goes. There's no scroll from what I can see, but there is a scroll healing onto the Shadow Hunter. We've got the Cyclones go, but there's the D-Spell. Keeper of the Grove goes down immediately. There goes the Naga as well. Demon Hunter is the only hero left for Ceron, as he has one pot onto it. There's the D-Spell once again onto Revenant Cyclone. Shadow Hunter being Cyclone, however, these Raiders doing a lot of work. Looks like this Demon Hunter is going to go down. Okay, forces the teleport. Manages to get out in time, but these Raiders just doing so much work onto the Druids of Talon. There's the Blade Master just chasing the Demon Hunter, just trading blow for blow, but there's going to be another invul ready right now, actually, for the BM, as those Talons do go down. 90 supply for Ceron, 46 supply for Revenant. This looks like Revenant's game, as more Shadow Walkers come into the main base, adding to the army of Revenant, and looks like this is going to be GG for Ceron unless something wacky happens. There we go, the Blade Master getting out of there. Goes down. Keeper trying to be built here from the altar, but looks like the altar will go down from these Raiders and the Shadow Hunter. BM is still alive, which is the most important thing. GG. That is it. 1-1. We're going to a game 3, guys. Yeah, what a crazy game that we saw there. Revenant sticking on that tier 2 with the Raiders, with the Shadow Hunter and the BM. And Ceron wasn't just able to get his own expansion up in time. And we're going to go to a game 3. Just look at the bracket real quickly. Not that one, this one. So it looks like Sweet beat Trixie 2-0. So he'll be playing against the winner of Sheer versus Hellraiser. And then looks like Moonglade beat Fish 2-0. So it looks like it will be Moonglade versus the winner of this game. So I will be casting that after this. And then hopefully this game will be in progress. And once that's done, I will hop onto that and then do the finals. Alright, so game 3. Winner will be facing Moonglade in the semi-final. Spawning here at the top left is Ceron, as I will keyboard scroll speed. Alright, that should be alright. Okay. Actually, you should make it a bit more lower if I'm going to use that. Alright, so top left as the yellow night elf is Ceron, and spawning here as the green orc as usual is Revenant. Terranesp stand is the map. Don't think we'll be seeing Warden play from Ceron, although anything is possible. And Revenant will most likely be going for the Blade Master once again. Really interesting to see this map not being vetoed out. Usually for best of threes we see the stock staple core of Amazonia, Northern Isles, Concealed Hill and Last Refuge being played out. But in this case it looks like they allowed for Terranesp stand to stay in the map pool. Got the Ancient Creep right here with the Lightning Shield trick going to happen. And the Demon Hunter from Ceron. Alright, so we got the early Peon Scout. Maybe he'll try to grab those creeps here before the Ancient goes up and attack it, but I guess not. Not in time.
A player's forces are under attack.
And let's see if he can get the Lightning Shield on the Archer, and indeed he does. We'll see what this Peon could do in terms of harassment. Looks like it just takes a purge away from Ceron. And Peon would go away. And there's the quick tier 2 here from Revenant. We didn't see Rev do the... Okay, wait. Okay, so I got a button on my mouse, which isn't the scroll wheel, and I've reassigned that to mouse 3, so I'll just use that. Okay, so we got the quick tier 3. Oh, sorry, not tier 3. Tier 2 without the barracks, the one burrow tech that Lynn has popularized over the past few months from Rev. But it's very reliant on getting the Blade Master to bide you enough time, whether it be harassment or just stalling the army. And looks like Ceron hasn't punished it just yet. So there's the mantle, not really the greatest item to have on that DH. Probably will palm it off to the Naga if he decides to go for the Naga second. Alright, and the Blade Master. Being chased by the Demon Hunter. There's the quick Shadow Priest as well for the heals. And the spells if needed. Mana Burn onto the Blade Master. As Ceron's trying to get this Shadow Hunter out of the way. Tier 2 nearly done here for Revenant. We'll be seeing the Shadow Hunter most likely as his second hero. And looks like Ceron wants to get rid of this camp. And the Claws +6 drops from that particular camp. That's a really nice item to have. But more importantly, a nice item to have away from the hands of the Blade Master of Revenant. Tree of Life, halfway done, got the Hunter's Hall. Looks like we've got the tier 2 play from both players. Obviously, with the quicker tier 2 build from Revenant, he will be getting that out earlier than his opponent in Ceron. And looks like he's going to take the other camp here and take the Ring of Protection from that wizard. Oh, BM actually getting really low. Rev needs to be really careful. Does get the Scroll of the Beast from that particular camp, and oh no, he loses his BM! Didn't respect it at all. Level 1 BM dies. And that just might be game for Revenant. That was such an uncharacteristic move from him. Shadow Hunter will come out, but just disappointed that happened. So yeah, this is Ceron's game to lose, to be honest, because he's been able to creep all the decent items, or all the items that you can mostly get. It's gonna be a while for this Blade Master to come back. I guess the only benefit of this Blade Master going down is that you can get some solo levels onto this Shadow Hunter, but without this Blade Master just running around gathering intelligence and harassing, it is not going to be good for Rev in this particular game. Yep, drops the mantle. Looks like he will be giving that to his second hero, which will be the Keeper, actually. Okay. So go and keep a second for this game, or Terran Stand, which is a interesting move from Ceron. I guess you could say the curveball that Revenant's probably not expecting. And the Blade Master is finally back. Shadow Hunter nearly at level 2. Probably will be able to clear out this camp and this camp here to get that level 2 on both the Shadow Hunter and the Blade Master. Demon Hunter nearly at level 3 as the Keeper goes out. Didn't pick up the Mantle of Intelligence, which was a bit strange. Probably just had it rallied to the Demon Hunter and completely forgot about it. Oh, another Claws. So that's a plus 15 Demon Hunter. Don't want to be fighting that. Got the level 2 on both the Shadow Hunter and the BM. And it looks like he will be able to clear out this camp. Tier 3, about halfway done for Ceron, as he is going for the Ancient of Law play for this particular match. And looks like Revenant not gonna be aggressive with the BM, is just going to grab his grunts, grab the Berserker for some extra damage, and keep creeping out the rest of the map. Rune Braces, not really the greatest item, as he won't be going Talons this game. Ceron won't be going Talons this game, so no magic damage resistance. And we don't see the Keeper as, we don't see the Naga as well, so it's going to be only useful for the Entangle. Looks like Ceron will be creeping out this Goblin Lamp camp. Probably will pick up a Shredder. And it looks like we've got a counter attack here from Revenant. Nope, looks like he's just gonna scout out to see what's happening. Looks like Ceron will be creeping out this camp of his own. And Flute of Accuracy. Wowee. Such good items for Ceron this game. Also means that he won't be required to get the bottom for that aura. Maybe he'll go for something a bit more conservative, like a Alchemist for the extra healing. But we do see here Revenant going for a counter attack. Takes out the Ancient of Wonders. Forces a TP from Ceron. Looks like this scroll of speed will allow him to get that army out in time, as the first mountain giant is out for Ceron. No tier 2 just yet from Revenant. Looks like he will go for his own expansion, and nice use of the crystal ball from Ceron. Will be able to scout out the fact that... Oh, okay, no, there was no crystal ball. Probably was... oh, no, I think he used the crystal ball, then he sold it. Just to confirm the expansion going down. Okay, so actually we're going to be seeing the bottom. So maybe it will be Searing Arrows first, and then Owls. And just work off using that Flute of Accuracy for that buff to the ranged units. Ooh, got a swing around here. Oh, actually, you know, he's actually going for the True Shot Aura, so he'll probably just sell that Flute of Accuracy. Interesting move there from Ceron. Okay, so the Entangle takes down one Raider. As the army of Revenant will be swinging back down.
A player's forces are under attack.
Berserker being slowed down by the Dryads, Poison Arrows. We don't see a Orb of Venom yet onto the Demon Hunter, however. The Ancient of Wonders did go down for Ceron, so that's going to delay that quite a bit. He is capped at 50 food as well, so gonna wait for this expansion to come up before breaking upkeep. Alright, so Shadow Hunter, Raiders, one grunt. Looks like he's trying to jockey for position at the moment, trying to see what's happening. He will see this camp being creeped out with the Sentry Ward. Blade Master on the left side of the map, actually. Going to scout this expansion out. And there we go, the BM just going at the Tree of Life, but he won't do enough damage. Maybe he can use these Raiders to cancel it. Or he's actually going to go for the main base. So this Ancient of Wonders once again goes down. It's going to delay the Orb of Venom once again. Got the Windwalk out, no Dust, no Crystal Ball. So it looks like Ceron will be coming back to try and defend from this. Don't see... Okay, there's a TP on the BM though, so it looks like he's going to cast that. Really nice swing around play there from Revenant. Takes out a couple of Moonwells, takes the Ancient of Wonders down. And his expansion has been up and running for quite some time. So look at Ceron, his expansion has just completed and he's going to build the Entangled Gold Mine. But once Revenant breaks upkeep, then it's going to be looking really good for him. Alright, so looks like Revenant, his army has been intercepted by the army of Ceron's. Level 2 BM, not really the level they wanted, as the Raider does go down to this army. Still got the Flute of Accuracy. I wonder why he hasn't sold that yet. Especially given the fact he has this bottom now. Also with the True Shot Aura.
A town is under siege.
Alright, so Revenant. Blade Master.
Player's forces are under attack.
Trying to swing around. Looks like he wants to get the Searing Arrows or the Owl. Okay, he goes for the Owl instead. So he can deal with this Blade Master. Slippers dropping as well. That will be nice for the bottom. But looks like we've got a bit of a creepjack here from Revenant. Will he catch his bottom off guard? Yes, it will. Let's see if he casts the Ensnare onto the bottom. There it goes. And this bottom will most likely go down unless there's a Staff of Preservation onto it. No, there isn't. So the bottom will go down. TP on the army of Revenant. kills his own Huntress off.
Forces are under attack.
And he'll kill off his Ancient. Tier 3 nearly done for Revenant. That'll be really nice to have. Get the Shamans out, if possible. Actually, no, he's going double Tauren Totem, so it looks like we're going to be seeing Taurens from him. Also, the Orb of Lightning onto the Blade Master, going to be really good. Blade Master still level 2, but with one more unit kill, should be able to get to level 3. Bottom, rebuilding. And it looks like while Ceron is creeping out this camp, the army of Revenant will be able to swing around and possibly take out this base. Okay, no, he decides to TP back, building these two Ancient of Winds. Ancient of Wars rather. I wonder if he'll be cancelling those.
A player's forces are under attack.
Scroll of Healing onto that Shadow Hunter will be really useful if they do decide to fight. Blade Master, still level 2, really wants to get to level 3. Oh, the Potom does come out, spawns in time. But yep, there's the TP. Level 3 onto the BM. Revenant playing a really nice game here on Terranet Stand. And looks like he is actually just going to go for the 2 Ancients. So, probably going to get some sort of unit. I'm not sure what he'll want to get, as he's only got a few Mountain Giants, a few Dryads with this army. Yep, and there's the Orb of Lightning, as I mentioned before. Going to be really nice on that Blade Master. Only raiders here from the army of Revenant. Would like to see some spellcasters if possible. Alright, so Coda War Drums being researched. See some Torrents coming out. And it's going to have the Pulverize too.
A town is under player's forces are under attack.
Got another counter attack here from Rev. Gonna take out the Ancient of Wonders once again. Take out this Law that's been building. Forces to cancel, and another TP. As one raider will go down to the Entangle. But the pressure's on Ceron. Revenant's doing a really good job forcing him to stay in his side of the map. Don't think this expansion has been harassed at all. Got these Ancients from Ceron, but they're not building anything at the moment. Okay, so he's just he's at 70 food at the moment, so looks like he's just happy to sit on there, trying to not break as much upkeep as possible. Yeah, it's the Wisp from Ceron, scouting that out, reveals the camp has been creeped out.
A player's forces are under attack.
I would really like to see more levels onto the BM and the Shadow Hunter though. Feels like he can't take a straight up fight against the army of Ceron. He'll need to take the advantage of the mobility of what his army has, but looks like the Owl Scout from the Potom will completely see the direction in where he is moving, which looks like it will be towards this expansion. And it looks like Ceron, seeing this with his Owl Scout, will swing up, try and defend from the army of Revenant. Trying to add an AP to defend from this. Tree of Life as well for the expansion.
Forces are under attack.
And another raider goes down. Alright, so finally Wellsprings for those Moon Wells being researched by Ceron. See in terms of what Revenant's doing. Don't really see too much of Spirit Lodge being added. Pulling up those Taurens. Looks like he is actually both players are at low upkeep at the moment.
A town is under siege.
And looks like Revenant will take this base at the top right. Got some harassment here from the Blade Master. Trying to get some damage onto the BM, but alas, the AP will deflect it. And looks like we've got a bit of a fight here. Healing Wave onto the BM. We'll take out this Dryad, and once again, another TP out from Revenant. Just doing those hit and runs with the Raiders. Doing a really good job while he takes over the map, takes map control. It's 1, 2 Spirit Lodges are out. Will we see the Bloodlust from him? Shamans, yes we do. Adept training. 1, 2 Shamans coming out. Looks like Ceron maybe will creep out the rest of this camp. No, doesn't look like it. And so many torrents here for Rev. He can definitely take a fight now that he is catching up on his food count. Not much of a disparity in terms of army supply as well. 61 for Ceron and 62 for Revenant. Also have to remember that a majority of this supply is into these mountain giants. It looks like the Tree of Life making its way over to this top right base. And most likely Revenant will have to cancel this.
A town is under siege.
Is he going to cancel it, or are they just going to take the fight here? He didn't buy another TP, so even if he left that expansion alive, he wouldn't be able to TP back. Oh no! Catches Revenant off guard with the TP back into the main base. Healing Wave has to be casted onto the Raiders, but one of them is in very low HP. One of them actually goes down. Scroll speed onto the army. There's the D-Spell onto the Torrent and the rest of the army of Revenant, so that means no more speed scroll for this army for Rev. Blade Master focusing onto the Mountain Giant. Probably got taunted. There's the Invul Potion onto the BM as it does survive for slightly longer. Revenant breaking upkeep, trying to reinforce his army ASAP. But these Torrents doing so much damage to these Mountain Giants. One Mountain Giant will go down. No Staff of Preservation whatsoever from the army of Ceron. And the second one will go down as well. But the BM actually goes down during the fight. The scroll, the Invul Potion not lasting long enough for Ceron, as we see entangles onto these Torrents. We've got not much mana onto this Shadow Hunter, and without that TP, a lot of these units of Revenant will go down. Torrent still trying to do damage, but you don't want to be targeting the Mountain Giant. Taunt doing a really good job. GG. Wow. So, 2-1 to Ceron, really close series. And we will be seeing Ceron against Moonglade in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, in the upper side of the bracket, we've got Hellraiser versus Sweet, so they'll